The Quran shares many themes and teachings with other previous divine scriptures, such as the Torah and the Gospel, regarding concepts like monotheism, justice, mercy, ethics, and laws. However, the Quran expresses these concepts in its unique style and provides final and universal guidance for all humanity. Here are some Quranic verses that correspond to similar concepts in the Torah and the Gospel. 1. Monotheism, Tawhid. Monotheism is a central theme in all revealed scriptures, including the Quran, Torah, and Gospel. Quranic verse: Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of existence. Ali Imran 2. In the Torah emphasizes the oneness of God, such as in Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Deuteronomy 6.4. In the Gospel also stresses the oneness of God, as seen in Mark 12:29. The most important one, answered Jesus, is this: Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Mark 12:29. 2. Justice. Justice is an essential principle in Islam, as well as in the Torah and Gospel. Quranic verse: Indeed, Allah commands justice, the doing of good, and liberality to kith and kin. He forbids all shameful deeds, injustice, and rebellion. An-Nahl 90. In the Torah also emphasizes justice, such as in Micah 6:8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy. Micah 6:8. In the Gospel calls for justice, as seen in Matthew 23:23. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give a tenth of your spices, but you have neglected the more important matters of the law: justice, mercy, and faithfulness. Matthew 23:23. 3. Mercy and forgiveness. Mercy and forgiveness are central themes in the Quran, and they also appear in the Torah and Gospel. Quranic verse: And my mercy encompasses all things. Al-A'raf 156. In the Torah also speaks of God's mercy, as in Exodus 34:6. And he passed in front of Moses, proclaiming, the Lord, the compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. Exodus 34:6. In the Gospel highlights God's mercy, especially in the teachings of Jesus. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Matthew 5:7. 4. The Ten Commandments. The Quran contains several commandments and ethical teachings that correspond with the Ten Commandments in the Torah. Quranic verse: And your Lord has decreed that you not worship except Him, and to parents, good treatment. Al-Isra 23. In the Torah, the Ten Commandments found in Exodus 20 include directives such as, You shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal. Exodus 20:13-15. In the Gospel also reflects the ethical teachings found in the Ten Commandments, such as, You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal. Matthew 19:18. 5. Patience and forgiveness. The Quran encourages patience and forgiveness in many verses. Quranic verse: And when you are greeted with a greeting, greet with a better greeting or return it. Indeed, Allah is ever, over all things, an accountant. An-Nisa 86. In the Torah also promotes patience and forgiveness, such as in Leviticus 19:18. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. Leviticus 19:18. In the Gospel emphasizes patience and forgiveness in the teachings of Jesus, such as, Bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. Luke 6:28. 6. Commanding good and forbidding evil. The Quran commands the believers to promote what is good and forbid what is wrong. Quranic verse. You are the best nation produced as an example for mankind. You enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. Ali Imran 110. In the Torah commands similar actions in several places, such as in Leviticus 19:17. Do not hate your brother in your heart. Rebuke your neighbor frankly, so you will not share in their guilt. Leviticus 19:17. In the Gospel also teaches about promoting good and correcting wrong, such as in Matthew 18:15. If your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault, just between the two of you. Matthew 18:15. Conclusion. The Quran shares many common principles with the Torah and the Gospel, such as monotheism, justice, mercy, forgiveness, ethical commandments, and the promotion of good conduct. While the Quran is the final and preserved revelation, these themes are central in all divine scriptures. The Quran, however, affirms these teachings with finality and provides guidance for all of humanity until the end of time, preserving the purity of the message and offering a complete and universal system of life.